Hello. Welcome. I'm gonna step outside because it's nice out. My door wants to open. Wrong door. Hello, friends. Good to see everybody. Do you want to see something funny? Bunch of texts. I always kind of forget this is back here, but out here. Also, hold up. I think my camera might be dirty. Out here, chilling, just hanging out, is. You don't know what this is? Any guesses as to what this is? Take a guess. And yes, Hannah, that was a screen door. Our screen door broke a while ago, and maintenance just hasn't fixed it because of COVID. They are not fixing any non-essential breaks, so our screen door just fell off, and they're just not fixing it. What's up, Aiden? Drew, that is correct. But whose fender? Whose fender do you think this might be? This is a fender. But whose fender do you think this might be? Yes, Josie. It's Sammy's. It was in her car, and then she didn't want it in her car. So instead of throwing it away somewhere or, I don't know, reattaching it to her car, Sammy threw it on my back porch, and it's been here for 2 years. I'm not even kidding. It's been here for so long. Oh, a lightning bug. You know what's funny to me? Lightning bugs are one of those things that, generally speaking, we're ooh, bugs. You guys who were here, you guys who were here, was it last week or 2 weeks ago that I was out here and there's a killer bug on my table? I can't remember what that was. But anyway, right? Normally bugs are ooh, whatever. But lightning bugs, we're not only do we not kill them, right? But we're ooh, a lightning bug, let it crawl all over me and fly in my hands. Right? We are naturally grossed out by bugs, except lightning bugs. In this moment, I'm realizing I never texted Joe back. Can't believe me. Oh, I did. I lied to you. Anyway, hello, friends. I am so tired right now. So I'm drinking. It's not great, but it is a Monster Espresso. It's not a Monster. I mean, it's made by Monster, but it's not like a Monster energy drink. It's a Monster Espresso. They're not great, but my sister gave me 1 million of them because she had them and was like, I don't want them. Do you want them? And I don't say no to free things. So now I have this. It's not great. Anywho, welcome to Youth Group. Last week, y'all clowns roasted me. Deservedly, for not playing a game, right? I understand. I'm sorry. Made a mistake. I got excited to, I don't know, share with you guys my thoughts and feelings on racial injustice and talked for a long time because I care about those things. Which, as a side note, shout out to Josie, who's our one student who came today for there were other people there, but student-wise, who came to today's Wide Awake book discussion on Chapter 1. If you missed it and you're like, man, I would love to be a part of a book study going through a book on racial justice and kind of our roles like white Christians and all of that, you should join. Josie, you're here in the comments. Thoughts, Josie, on how it went? I'm curious to hear, Josie, from a student perspective. Kevin, didn't you just have surgery? How are you feeling, Kevin? I'm pretty sure you just had surgery. I could be wrong. Hey, look, Kevin. This is not great. It's not great. But I need the caffeine. Spell that word. That's absolutely not how I spell that word. All right, so neither Kevin Josie, it was great. I loved hearing other people's perspectives. Yeah. So if you guys are free Sundays at 1, not this upcoming Sunday because I'll be in a car driving to Colorado. But generally speaking, on Sundays, I'm in my house. I don't catch the COVIDs. I feel that. Don't want to catch the COVIDs. But no, generally speaking, we'll be on Sundays. But this upcoming Sunday, we're not doing it because I'll be in Colorado. But if you're free on Sundays, you should come to our study through the book called Wide Awake. So I've got a couple extra copies if you want a copy. I'll be praying for you on Friday, Kevin. So, here's our game for today. You guys ready? We're going to play a game today. We are going to play a game. There's not really a name for the game. We're just going to... Is it Name the Wasp? No, that was last week's game. Name. I can't remember what we named the wasp. Like Beatrix or something. I'm going to pose to you guys a riddle of sorts. It's just a riddle, not even a riddle of sorts. And you guys can ask me yes or no questions, and you have to answer the riddle. Buford. It was Buford. It was Buford. I'm impressed you remember that. I know the bee name was Buford the Wasp. Buford the Wasp. He also might have been a hornet or like a yellow jacket or something. I don't know. It was really big for a wasp. Like, really big for a wasp. So unbelievably big. So, I'm going to ask a riddle. And then you guys have to answer the riddle. All right? You can ask yes or no questions. And then the first person to get the correct answer to the riddle, at some point in time this week, I will drop off to your house a goodie package. We'll do 2 or 3 of these. You cannot win twice. So that's the thing. So if and when Drew just gets both of them, because Drew is weirdly good at like riddles and trivia, you only win once. So if you won the first time, still ask questions for the second one, but don't give the answer if you think you know the answer. Wait till other people have answered. It's not going to be... Maybe I'll throw a bag of croutons in there. So, riddle number 1. And Kevin, I know you have heard this riddle. So if you remember the answer to this riddle, Kevin, I need you to not answer this one. I'm very sorry, but it's one of my go-to riddles. Kevin heard this riddle at Camp Carl this past summer. One of the days we spent like 4 or 5 hours stuck in our yurt because it was just like torrential downpour, lightning and thunder, all of that. So while Kevin and I were stuck in our yurt, one of our counselors was somewhere, so I hung out with all the guys in the yurt, and we did riddles for a long time. We did riddles and Mafia for like 4 hours. And I asked this riddle then. Yeah, Josie, you were there too. You weren't in the cabin when that happened because you were in a girls' cabin. But Josie also got to experience the fun of like losing a whole day at Camp Carl. It was really sad. Kevin, let me pull up Discord. Kevin, if you get the first one right, don't answer in chat, Kevin. But if you get the first one right and you message it to me before people in our chat get it right, I'm all right. I'm on Discord now, Kevin. If you send it to me before people in our chat get it right, you'll get a bag of croutons. I will bring you the biggest bag of croutons I can find at Kroger. All right, that's the deal. We good, Kevin? We good? I don't mean to cross my finger. I meant like we're like pinky promise. All right, we're pink. This is your pinky. We're pinky promising. If you message me on Discord, the answer before chat gets it, you'll get a big bag of croutons. Whoever from this group gets it. All right, awesome. All right, here's the riddle. There's a man, and he is in his car, and he's dead. He has been shot. All right, there's a man in his car. He's dead. He's been shot. The man is, there's no gun in the car. There are no bullet holes anywhere in the car. And the man had locked the doors to the car himself, and they are still locked. How did it happen? And you can ask yes or no questions. Yes or no questions. I'll be checking Discord, Kevin, to make sure, see if you get it. And Kevin, you can ask yes or no questions here. You just can't give the answer here, Kevin. Dang it, Josie got it immediately. Yeah, Yeah, Josie got it immediately. Well, kind of got it immediately, but I'm going to give Josie the win on that one because the answer is convertible, but it's a sunroof. They shot him through the sunroof. It's fine. It was a sunroof. All right, well, that was too easy. Kevin did also message me. So, Kevin, you also get a bag of croutons this week. You get a bag of croutons this week, and don't worry. Oh, I said it Zoo Lights too. I told you, it's my go-to riddle. Am I stuttering on your end? Because I'm stuttering on my end. I'm lagging on my end. It is my go-to riddle. So Kevin and Josie both get prizes for that one, which means they are not eligible for prizes on the next one. All right. Here's a good one. You guys ready? Josie, you don't get croutons. Kevin gets the croutons. Josie, you get something else. Marion, Indiana. I lived just outside Marion, Indiana for 4 years before coming to Delaware Grace. This is from a coffee shop I used to go to called Abbey Coffee Company. This is like my main coffee shop out in Indiana that I went to. This in a coffee shop called The Cup, uncreatively named. So The Cup and the Abbey were the two coffee shops I usually went to when I lived out there. So I got this shirt to rep Marion, Indiana. Yes, Kevin, you can. All right, here we go. Riddle number 2. You see a boat. It is filled with people. The boat has not sunk, but when you look around, you look again, you don't see a single person on the boat. Why? The answer is yes, Kevin. But why? So you see a boat, and it's full of people. And when you look again, there's not a single person on the boat. Why? No. That's a good one, though. That would be another good answer to this. It is not that they are married. I realize I emphasized the word single, but that was not intentional. There's not any person on the boat. I can say that also. There's no one on the boat. So you see a boat full of people, and then you look again, see no people on the boat. They did not get out. Also, you can ask yes or no questions if you want, or you can just try to guess the answer. They did not die, and no one is swimming. I mean, people are probably swimming, but the people you saw are not swimming. And they're not dead, and they are alive. It's my last one of these. I'm ready to never drink one of these again. Katie says, both times, are you talking about the same boat? No. The rapture happened and you're in trouble. I wish that was the answer, Hannah, but no. Is it a submarine? No, Evan. Yes, true. I am talking about different boats. I'm alone on a boat. I look and see a boat full of people, and then I look again at my boat, and no one is on my boat. Good job. All right. That was going to the Hobbses. We'll say Drew got it. I'm talking about different boats. So the other boat, I look, and I see a boat full of people, and then I look around my boat, and there's nobody there. There we go. Easy. All right. We're going to do another one. We're going to do another one. All right. All right. None of these riddles are good. Normally I have like good riddles, but I couldn't think of any today. So I thought I would give you guys a good riddle. I do like it outside. I do. Bullshit. I'm outside because there's no wasps today. All of these riddles I'm finding are bad. They're all really bad. Like they're not like they're just like not they're not hard or interesting. All right. All right. Here we go. We ready? We ready. I got a good one. Oh my gosh, I did not look at chat for a second. How about my day was good. I've not looked at chat in a second. Albatross soup, maybe. Okay, but I got one first. All right, we have two prisoners, and they share a cell together. All right, these two prisoners share a cell together. We'll call them Sam and Joe. All right, Sam and Joe are sharing a jail cell together. They're like, we want to break out of jail. In their jail cell, it's a pretty high ceiling, and 30 feet up, there's a window they could use to get out, but it's 30 feet up in the air. So they have one window 30 feet up in the air. So they're like, we can't get to that window. So they start to dig. After 30 days of digging, or 20 days of digging, the number of days doesn't matter, but we'll say 20 days of digging, Sam, the smart and handsome one of the two, not drawing any parallels for real life, but Sam, the smart and handsome one of the two between him and Joe, says, I have a new plan, and then they escaped. How did they escape? So two prisoners, they're in a jail cell. There's a window approximately 30 feet above the ground. They plan to escape the tunnel. They start digging. After 20 days of digging, Sam comes up with a different plan, and they escaped. What was the plan? Wow. Yeah, you get that one immediately. Well, the Hobbs family is 2 for 2 now. Albatross soup riddle? What is the albatross soup riddle? Oh, it's a video? Why have I never heard of this before? Sammy, Kansas pants? Kansas is Kevin. I'm disappointed by these riddles tonight. I'm on riddles.com now. If these riddles are bad, then I'm going to be upset. No, these riddles are bad. They're kid riddles. You guys are too smart for these. Also, all of these riddle websites I'm on are just destroyed with ads. I can't. Kevin, I'm checking my DMs. You haven't said anything yet. On Discord right now, it just says you're typing. All right, here we go. I'm just going to post this one in chat. You have me. You want to share me. If you share me, you don't have me. What am I? If you have me, you want to share me. If you share me, you don't have me. What am I? Secret. Yes. Wow. Well played. That was immediate. Wonton. Is that Jonathan? I assume Wonton K is Jonathan Kubelik. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? All right. Well, these riddles have gone well. It's kind of cold out here. It is a secret. Maybe that's a simple riddle. All right. These are all bad riddles. I'm disappointed right now in all of the riddles I'm finding online. Check my DMs, says Kevin. Oh, I opened League by accident. Oh, that's a gross riddle, Kevin. It's a very gross riddle. Katie and Drew are wearing phenomenal face paint right now, and you need to appreciate. Katie right now, we love that, and Drew right now, we love it. Absolutely love it. I love it. All right. I'm really disappointed in these riddles. That's what I get for not doing riddle research in advance. I really thought that it would be easier to just find riddles in this moment. And they're bad. All right. So, here's the rundown. Of course, my AC kicks back on again. So, I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. We are kind of going to be able to do some in-person things again. We'll have kind of some middle school girls. Yesterday had a little ice cream thing. The high school guys have been meeting for a couple weeks now. Just doing like stuff at a park. The church itself opens back up again in I think 2 weeks. 1 or 2 weeks for like Sunday mornings. We mask on and everything. But as I am looking at like at some point in late summer or fall, doing some like full on like in-person events again. I am just curious because we have this fun little forum and you guys can reply to me in the chats. What are some things that you guys are like, man, this is something that would be fun for us to do? I still want to. We talked before about going to like Cedar Point. I still want to do that, but I'm not sure how that will be with social distancing. I want to wait and see until after Cedar Point opens back up again, because Cedar Point is like opening, I think, this Tuesday, like 2 days from now. So I want to see how that goes, like when they reopen and all that, before I'll commit to that with like COVID and everything right now. Let's see some answers. Right. Katie says Sky Zone. Man, I love Sky Zone. Sky Zone is phenomenal. Drew says middle school, high school overnighter. So, Drew, answer to that question will be we'll be doing a question, I guess. We'll be doing Lakeside, to my knowledge, at least. We are still doing Lakeside in September, and then we'll do the middle school overnighter like a couple weekends after that. So those will still kind of happen. Josie says kickball at Smith Park. I do love kickball, and I do love Smith Park. Aiden says Kalahari. We'll be at Collide presumably, assuming Collide happens with COVID and everything, we should be at Collide again this year. Gosh, I like the Kickside idea a lot. Hannah says Lakeside. Yes, Hannah, I am going to be really sad if we can't go to Lakeside this year. I am pretty sure we still are, but I can't give it 100% just yet on that because of COVID, and no one knows what's happening with COVID right now. I like the kickball idea a lot. Kevin says overnighter. So where do we do the overnighter in the fall? The middle school overnighter is in the fall, and then the high schoolers do Lakeside, and that'll be it's a whole weekend for Lakeside. Okay, I have heard of Get Air before. Yeah, Get Air looks cool. Get Air looks cool. I'll look at Get Air. That's a really good idea. We should go to DC. Youth group DC trip. Let's go. That'd be so much fun. A youth group DC trip. We're probably not going to do a youth group DC trip, I'm going to be honest. That feels like a mess to try to figure out with COVID stuff. Whew. This espresso is not working. Sorry, I need to let someone know about plans for tonight. All right, so. I'm going to type out the options that I have right now because I'm better when I can see things. At Air, we have sign / overnighter. We have we're not doing a youth group DC trip. I'm going to be honest. Kickball at Smith. That's what we're sitting on right now. Anything else? I really miss playing dodgeball, but dodgeball is a little bit more of we're all touching the ball and all that. Yes, Collide will be presumably Collide is happening. That is far enough out that no one's entirely sure on things like that. So, assuming Collide happens, we will be there. That one I just don't know about as of June. I will hopefully know in the next couple months on Collide. Katie, I agree, all of them, but I want more options. We have I have a bunch of things that I've kind of tentatively planned, which means I've maybe planned them. I have them planned, but they're not official. But I also want to make sure we're doing events that you guys want to do. So I'd love to kind of see any other things that you guys want to do, because it's easy for me to think of events and be this sounds like a fun event for me to do, but I don't know if you guys want to do them. I like a game night idea. We'll say game night. I like that idea. That's a cool idea. Yes, you know what, Drew? As I was typing that, I thought to myself, I hope Drew notices that I got the date right in the title. Because I did. It's just for you, Drew. Ah. What if we did a movie on the lawn? We have a projector at the church. And if I did we all brought blankets out and watched a movie on the lawn at the church at night. Not at night, but in the evening. Would you guys be on board for that? If we did a movie night at the church, sit on the lawn, throw a movie up in the projector, and chill. Would we be on board for that? I like the beach day idea, Katie. Extreme Frisbee is a good idea. I like everyone's like, yeah, a movie. And Drew's like, it depends what the movie is. Maybe. I see sports. Oh, Alex is here. Hi, Alex. I see sports competition. It's a good idea. Evan, we are probably not doing service stuff this summer. We might do something toward the end of the summer. The original plan was that we were going to move it from being an all-summer thing to being a one-day, one-weekend thing. And that was supposed to be last weekend, and then COVID hit. So I don't know what it looks like for us to smartly do service projects right now. So I want us to do things, but I also want to make sure that I'm like we're all being safe. Oh, I do love Space Jam. So Evan, the answer to that question is I want to, but I don't know. Which I realize is not a great answer. Drew, it's worth your time. You're on quarantine still. It's summer. You can do whatever you want. You have so much time. Not worth your time, clown. I do love Star Wars. Come on and slam. And welcome to the jam. Hey, you, what you gonna do? Sorry, I think I stabbed my foot. I am tired, Aiden. I'm very tired. Space Jam is a weird movie. I love Space Jam, but it's a weird movie. All right, so that's what we're sitting on right now. We have some good ideas. I don't think I ever typed the extra one, which is 6 movie on the lawn. A bird. And I feel like I missed an idea. I feel like I forgot to type an idea. Let's see. Yes. There we go. Yeah, Kevin had a great answer to Space Jam is literally it's like in the same style as Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where it's like a live action movie with like cartoons in it, and it is Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny and like the rest of the Looney Tunes squad playing basketball against aliens to save the Earth. It's a really stupid movie, and it's so fun. They're making a Space Jam 2 with LeBron James. I don't know if that got delayed because of COVID. It might have. But they're working on it. Okay, so we've got some good ideas. We're going to sit on these, and I will send out. Sorry for spitting. That was kind of gross, but it was phlegm there, and it was gnarly. I'm sorry. I'm outside, so it just felt natural like spit, but then it was gross. I'm very sorry. Ooh, laser tag. I don't know if laser tag places are open again. Are they? Let me look it up. Laser Craze. Is Laser Craze open again? I just checked, and Laser Craze is open again. Or they are opening up again. They're going to be open on weekends again. So, Laser Craze. Laser Craze. I love Laser Craze. I can't remember if any of us were there when we did Laser Craze last year with the guys. Oh, Aiden was there. Is Chiller. Is the Chiller open again? Is the question. Chiller is open again. Ice skating is a solid option. Evan and Drew were there. Cool. All right. So other options. The Chiller. Michael Jackson, Chiller. 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 All right. All right. We have some good options. I'll look over these. I don't know if we can do all of them because of time. Solely because of time. Because, like, if we did, like, one of these a week, that would take all of summer. And we probably won't be able to do one a week. But, I'll get back to you guys. I'll get back to you guys. But hopefully, we'll be able to do at least a few of these. As many as we can. Alrighty. We are kick beach off the list. I like the beach idea. I don't know if we'll do them all. Like, I don't know if beach might be lower on the list. I like the idea of going to the beach. It'd be fun. I don't even like the sun or the water. I'd be down to go to the beach. So we kind of on and off spent the back half of the semester doing a study through the several different characteristics of God. Sorry, my sleeve is very unevenly rolled and it's bothering me. It's really bothering me. So we did a study, or kind of started a study, in the back section of the semester on the characteristics of God, like who God is, and had some like really cool conversation in that about like just the nature of God. Yeah, so we're gonna call that one done for now. Blue Beach, we might be able to rent paddleboard. Ooh, renting paddleboards and kayaks sounds really fun. We are gonna move into kind of another summer series. We did this 2 years ago, I think, and have not done it since. One of my neighbors walked past and was like, we did this 2 years ago, and we're going to do it again because it's something that's really fun for me to do, and I think it's fun for us. It's just I enjoy doing it. We are going to spend most of the summer going through the parables. I love Jesus' parables. I love talking about the parables. I love reading the parables. If you're not familiar with Jesus' parables, that's weird to say, with the parables that Jesus told, right? Jesus would often use stories to illustrate things, right? Similar to, like, it's part of why I use stories so much when I teach, right? Those of you guys who have heard me teach, right? I think all of you know that I tell stories all the time when I'm teaching, right? Because I love using a story to illustrate my point, right? Because Jesus did it. Because we connect, we resonate with stories. And I did a devotional on those. That's super cool. I love the parables. So we're going to be going through, for the next, probably all of summer, kind of just like a parable a week. Talk about, look, this is rolled so perfectly. I'm sorry, I just noticed this. This one is rolled so perfectly. Like, look at that. Look at that cuff. That's perfect. And this one is all over the place. It's awful. I'm upset myself just like looking at it. And a side note, most of you may not know this because it's poking out. I have a tattoo on this shoulder. Most people probably don't even know I have a tattoo on this shoulder because I never really show it. Not that I'm ashamed of it. You just don't see it in the shirts that I wear. Yeah. This is great. Look at this. This is great. What is this? This is a mess. Like, this is life pre-COVID. This is life during and after COVID. Pre-COVID, during COVID. Pre-COVID, during COVID. Drew Hobbs says, what does it say? Well, Drew, let's talk. This verse is from the Bible, as all Bible verses are. It is in Greek. If you can tell, it's not English. Or I can tell that. That's a theta. It's a Greek letter. It makes the th sound. But it is in Greek. What time it is? It is in Greek. I don't love this tattoo, to be totally honest. It is not the original way I wanted the design, but it's on my body. I do like it. I'm glad it's there. But this is a good lesson for make sure you look over your tattoo designs before you get them. So I probably would have designed it a little bit different, but it's fine. But it is 2 Corinthians 1, 3 through 4, which says, praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the God of all comfort, who comforts those in times of trouble, so that they can comfort others with the comfort that they themselves received from him. As a verse that I've walked with my whole life. Remember, I learned that verse in 1st grade. I was in a thing called Bible Study Fellowship. Some of you guys may have done BSF. But in first grade, I was in it. We had to memorize that verse. And I remember at the time, like, not fully understanding what it meant because I was in first grade. And then my dad died when I was 9, which I think most of you guys probably know. My dad died when I was 9. And then about a year and a half later, so the summer after I turned 11, my dad died right before I turned 10. So the summer after I turned 11, the summer going into my 6th or 7th grade year, I think it was summer going into my 6th grade year, my best friend at the time, his dad died. And I remember he called me that night. My mom, when I come home, I heard about it. I was with some people at my church, actually. And I come home, and my mom's like, Cameron wants to talk to him. My best friend at the time, his dad had decided. She's like, Cameron called. He wants to talk to you. I was like, yeah, I'd love to talk to him. Like, I knew what happened. I've been crying all day, right? His dad was like a second dad to me. His dad really took my sister and I under his wing when our dad died. And I remember Cameron and I got on the phone, and he's like, dude, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do, man. So I'm like 11 or 12. Well, I was 11. I think he was 12 because he's older than I am. Him and I talked on the phone for like 2 or 3 hours that night. I don't know a word I said. I couldn't tell you anything about the conversation itself. But I remember I got off the phone in that conversation. Keep in mind, I'm 11 at this time, right? I'm so young. Probably younger than all of you guys because I wasn't in middle school yet. It was summer going into middle school for me. So I would have been like, you're all at least done with 6th grade. So I'm like 11. And I got off the phone and I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, this is it. This is what that verse in Corinthians, because it just came to mind. Right, this verse that I memorized when I was in 1st grade came to mind. And in that moment, I knew what it meant. I knew what it was like to have been through something hard and experienced God comforting me, and then been able to turn around and give that same comfort to somebody else that God gave to me. That's why it's on my arm. It's kind of a reminder of a verse that, like, I've seen play out in my life time and time again, of the importance of recognizing where God is working in our own lives so that we can then turn around and work in the lives of others. Like, God has given me so many opportunities to work with people who have like some pretty heavy pain with their fathers. Right? Father's Day is a week from today. I don't think about it a lot. Like, Father's Day is not necessarily a hard day for me. Not anymore, at least. But like, I know a lot of people for whom Father's Day is a hard day. And because of my life experience, because of what I've been through, I'm able to, for a lot of them, like, sit with them in that and experience. While I can't necessarily like speak in their exact experience, I can at the very least show them comfort and love in the way that God has shown me comfort and love. So I encourage you guys to try to, as best you can, look for ways to live out 2 Corinthians 1, 3 through 4. Because in order to recognize the way that God is comforting us, the way that God is working with us, we have to recognize that He's working with us at all. Like, do we recognize that even on our worst days, or the angriest or the saddest, or X, Y, and Z, that God is with us in all of those moments? Do we look for the still small voice of God and the way that He is moving in our everyday life? So yeah, those are my thoughts on all of that. Yeah, that's that. Those are my thoughts. So yeah, good question. That is what that tattoo is. 2 Corinthians 1, 3 to 4. This Wednesday, we're going to do our first, what we're calling coffee conversations. So the other day, you guys may remember this. Katie asked me my opinion on who wrote the Pentateuch, I mean, the first 5 books of the Bible. Asked if it was Moses or not, and I gave a few thoughts on that. And we talked about that a little bit, and it was kind of like I was kind of talking at you guys, and I wasn't able to ask questions. And when I talk with people about God's word, when I talk with people about theology, I want to be able to ask them questions. So it got me thinking about how much I wish we had a way that we could all sit down and like do that together. So starting on Wednesdays, it'll be probably in the afternoon on Wednesdays, which I know doesn't work for everybody, but it's just the only time that really works for me. And then when school starts again, we'll do it like after school, probably at Coffeeology, hence the name Coffee Conversations. We'll either do it at the church or at Coffeeology, but if we do it at the church, we'll have coffee anyway. But the idea will be that it's a place that you can just come with like any questions that you have about the Bible, about God, about life in general, questions you have in general, and we will sit down and we'll talk about them. Not that I'm some kind of answer man, because I'm not. I don't pretend to have all the answers. I don't want to have all the answers. But I don't want to pretend that I have all the answers. but I would love to have a space where we can discuss things and have cool conversations. I'm not the answer man, Kevin. Get out of here with that. So that's kind of the idea, the inspiration of coffee conversations, which, like I said, once we can do things like that in person, will actually be over a cup of coffee. I'm gonna get like a Keurig probably at the church or a coffee maker at the church. Let's have coffee, hang out, do that. So that'll be this Wednesday. I think at 3 is what I said. Because it'll be like the same kind of time you guys be getting out of school. I know that won't work for everybody, but it is. I think we're going to do that Wednesday at 3 for an hour or two. It won't be super long. An hour or two kind of depends on how conversation goes. Keurig, it's a kind of like instant coffee maker, Drew. I'm not a huge fan of Keurig coffee, but I think you spelled Keurig right. Impressive. But it's an easy way to make like quick coffee. It's not bad coffee. It's just like not my favorite coffee. It's a lot cheaper than if I made like everybody like individual like cups of pour over, which would take me so long. But yeah, so that is that. We're gonna start doing that on Wednesday at 3, and then once school starts again, we'll do it with some regularity. Probably not every week, but with some regularity at the church. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. I'm not going to talk about a parable tonight because I talked a little bit about this verse, and we'll call that tonight's devotional thought, is just to look for the ways that God is working around us, recognize those, and then try to live out this verse where, we're not just recognizing the way that God is working in our lives. We're not just recognizing the things that God is teaching us, but that we're then going and turning around and showing that and teaching that to others. So yeah, we're gonna rest on that for now. Wednesday at 3, like I said, I know that will not work for all of you, but we're gonna do it this week. Wednesday at 3, we're gonna do that. I also know that for a bunch of you guys, Jackbox games did not work at that Tuesday time slot. But the way my schedule is right now, it's kind of the only time that I have free to do it, which I know I'm bummed about that myself. So we are going to do one more week this week at that Tuesday, like late afternoon time slot at like 4, I think it is. And then we will look. I do not have new. Well, I have new glasses, but not these. These are my old glasses, but I did get a new pair of glasses. I'm just not wearing them right now. I didn't. I'm trying to find a new time for us to do Jackbox games. I just have like weekly things, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night now. I have weekly things that are every week that make it a little bit hard for me to find a good night that works for Jackbox games. So I'll get back to you guys on that. There's a chance we just move that to Sunday nights and then just do that like during this time on Sunday nights. But this week at the very least, it'll be Tuesday at 4 again for Jackbox games. So, and hopefully I can find a new time to move that around to so we can all come. But I love you guys. Let me pray for us real quick and then get us out of here. Dear Lord, I just thank you for this day. I thank you that we can come together and study your word, Lord, and talk about future plans and talk about dumb riddles, God. God, I thank you that you gave us intellect and the ability to make decisions, God, and that you gave us reasoning capabilities as part of being made in your image, God, that we can use to solve riddles and joke around and plan things together, Lord. God, I ask that you show us the ways this week that you have been walking with us through hard times, and then give us opportunity to show that to others. Thank you for just who you are, Lord, the presence you are in all of our lives, God, and in your holy, holy name. Amen. All right, Tuesday, 4 o'clock, Jackbox games. Wednesday, 3 o'clock, coffee conversations. The time to come together and just have hard conversations. Our Wide Awake studies on Sunday afternoons. And Kevin said check Discord. I did check Discord, Kevin. That is the riddle that Jesse told. I forgot about it. The shine on my arm is not blue, Kevin, to answer your question, because my best friend Chris and I got this shine together. And it's like a little cute little best friend tattoo. And his is not blue yet. Him and I were hanging out today, and we had this conversation that I'm waiting to get it blue until he gets his blue. Because if it's supposed to be a matching best friend tattoo and mine isn't blue and his is blue, then it's not a matching best friend tattoo because mine's different than his. His is like right here. It's a little bit lower than mine, but we're both like on right here on the arm. So until his is blue, mine can't be blue. So mine will stay here as being like open space, and his will also be open space until it is blue. And then we'll both have fun blue little shines. Drew says, why didn't you get it blue at the start? Because color tattoos cost way more money, and I was 20, I think, when I got this and had no money. This was $75, I think, and it would have been like 100 something with color. So like 130, 140 with color. Because color tattoos are very expensive. So we said, get it as not color and save the money. Also, high school guys here. So, Kevin, Drew, you're in high school now, I think. Evan, Aiden, high school guys are meeting Thursday nights at 6:30 at Mingo Park. Thursdays, 6:30, Mingo Park. Be there. And my arm total so far has cost me somewhere around in the ballpark of like $2,300, I think. So yeah, somewhere between $2,000 and $2,500, somewhere in that range. Probably around $2,200. So this is ye old arm. Just gotta finish this right here. Now, that is over the course of like 4 years that I've been putting work into this arm, around 4 or 5 years. It's spread out, right? It's not all at once. That'd be a lot of money at once. Is there any tattoo regrets that you have? I mentioned it earlier. I don't love the design of this one. I wanted it to originally be like a scroll, like the idea of just like a scroll, like the Bible would have written on, right? Like a scroll here with the text on it. And he was like, what if I did like a cool like torn skin thing with it like in your skin? And I said, sure, why not? I'm 19. So like, it's cool. I just like don't love this one. Like he did a really good job with it. Like it looks like he did a good job with like the idea of it being like my skin is torn and like it's like in my skin. Like that's cool, right? He did a really good job with it. I just think personally, I would have probably preferred to have it look more like a scroll, but I also don't hate it, and no one ever sees it because I always have a sleeve here, so you don't usually see like, oh yeah, like Sam has like both his shoulders tattooed. So that's the closest thing I have to a tattoo regret. I have a rule of thumb that I will tell all of you guys. If you ever want to get tattoos, first off, if you ever want to get tattoos, I will go with you when you are of legal age and your parents are okay with it. Second, from the moment I say, I want this tattoo on my body, I wait 6 months. I say, like, cool, like, I have this design that I want, and I want to get it in this place on my body. 6 months later, I get it. The reasoning being, some people will be like, oh, I have to wait so long. I would rather wait 6 months and make sure I have a tattoo that I like than get it today and then 6 months later wish I hadn't. Think about these things. So 6 months waiting period is my rule of thumb, and I will stand by that, which is why I have a sleeve that I think is pretty nice. Got a cool ship here, got a lighthouse up here. Like, I'm a big fan of my sleeve because I waited a lot and like made sure that I liked what I was getting. So that's that. Can you undo a tattoo? You can get a tattoo removed. It is a horrifically painful process and takes a really long time. Like, a really long time. So many sessions. I had a buddy, the tattooed on the back of his arm, that he was like, I'll get it removed. Why not? And I think like it's like 8 sessions, and it was still like kind of there. So you can get a tattoo removed, but it is not a fun process. It has been described to me as the same feeling as having like burning oil poured in your skin. Like I've heard it's just so painful, and also that costs a lot of money, like thousands of dollars. So while yes, you can, it's not worth it. So like get a tattoo you like, so you don't have to either get one covered up. Like you can get a tattoo covered up, but even that's hard. Like it's not, you can't just like draw over it. Like it's very hard to get a tattoo covered up, and it's even harder to get a tattoo removed. So that is that. So I love you guys. I'm gonna go and clean my apartment. Good night, everyone. Bye.